Welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies, a book podcast where we thirst over morally questionable men and call it literary analysis. We're Kelly and Raven, your guides through epic worlds, unforgettable love stories, and the characters who live rent-free in our minds. If you love fantasy and romantasy, grab a drink, get cozy, and join us as we explore the magic, the romance, and the stories that keep us turning the pages.
That collarbone look good.
My collarbone or your collarbone?
Oh, yours is out too. I don't really have a collarbone.
What would you say are the tropes of this?
Age gap.
Okay,
So welcome to Shadow Daddy Groupies. My name is Raven,
and I'm Kelly.
and today we are doing
Phantasma by Kaylie Smith.
Phantasma by Kaylie Smith. I will not be saying that right every time, so Phantasma it is.
Kelly listened to the audiobook, so trust me when I tell you how things are pronounced.
Raven does not. Raven just gets it from Kelly.
She makes up her own names.
So do you want to start us off with a intro on a little
I
short?
would love to. So this is our 1 to 2 minute no spoilers summary. All right. Phantasma follows Ophelia Grimm, a necromancer who has just inherited heavy debt after her mother's death. Soon after, her sister Genevieve goes missing. Ophelia hears whispers of a deadly competition called Phantasma. Worried that her sister has entered to save the family home, Ophelia goes to find her. During the 9 life-threatening challenges inspired by Dante's Inferno, she forms an alliance with Blackwell, a sexy phantom. As their relationship fires up, they navigate deadly secrets, forbidden love, and cursed fates.
That was very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Quite sweet. Quite sweet. You said the handsome ghost.
Yes,
Well,
he is, he's one of my favorite book boyfriends. I really liked him.
I don't. Nah,
No?
He's not even on
Okay.
my radar. When I first started reading about him, I pictured him as a really long, lengthy fella, really skinny and just kind of mopey and not sexy at all. Until
He
I saw
is.
until I saw the dirty fan art.
He is blonde. But I feel like there's kind of this weird exception in the romantasy reader worlds where you can be blonde and still be considered sexy if you are a white blonde, like Draco Malfoy.
Like a pale white. Like a
Yeah,
ghostly
like
white.
I think there's a special
Thickly.
name for that type of hair, like a silvery white or
Thickly white.
yeah, but
When you're
so
like
he's
that,
he's that kind of blonde. Um, okay, yeah, I mean, I liked Blackwell. He's not going to break my top 5, but I did like him. I want to go over some of the tropes that come up because it kind of ties into the next thing I want to say. So, some of the tropes in this book, it's a paranormal fantasy. You have different types of phantoms. What were we talking about? So, tropes included in this book. This is a paranormal romance. So, we've got ghosts, necromancers, phantoms, devils.
and they're very particular about ghouls and apparitions and ghosts and the differences. They're not the same.
Yes. And at the very beginning of the book, she lists all of the different types of paranormal beings and rates them like who's at the top of the list, who's at the bottom of the list. So I found that really interesting.
Yeah.
After that, I would say this also has a forbidden love angle to it because one of the rules of Phantasma is you're not allowed to fall in love. And
It's
one of the
mm,
characters
it's
falls in
not that
love.
you're not allowed to. You fall in love at your own risk. Is actually
Oh.
I when I did my reread, yay me. I actually saw that and I was like, ooh, so it isn't forbidden. It's just probably highly persuaded not to.
Well, one of the characters falls in love. It's a very interesting
Yes.
moment. So one of her allies gets into a relationship with one of the other players. So two players getting together, and there is a question, truth or dare sort of like moment. If you don't, tell the
Yeah.
truth, you potentially die. And uh in this scene, the ally, the female, basically admits that she has fallen in love, but the man that she's been fooling around with is not in love with her. And it basically causes this huge rift and she has to leave.
Yeah, I thought someone died from that whole.
Someone does die in that scene in a gruesome way.
I think there's one. Okay, there's one scene when they're at like the dining room table. Something happened and someone died. And it was very gruesome. Pretty sure that was probably the same scene or the same.
Okay, so in this scene, they are all sitting around a table.
Mhm.
They're chained to the table or the chair, and there's these columns, and they have buttons. Now, in the previous game, some people were, if they won or whatever, they were given a benefit in the next challenge. And if they didn't win or whatever, they got something that kind of like worked against them. So they have buttons. And for most of them, the buttons basically say truth or lie. And when but some of them, the ones that got the extra little help, have a skip button. So what happens is that each character gets gets asked a question,
Mhm.
and the question is pretty personal and not something that the other characters would know. The character then answers the question, and everybody else at the table has to decide whether it's a truth or a lie. So at first, they're like, okay, well, this is kind of difficult. And uh, potentially someone could be tricking them to try and get one of the characters, you know,
Oh,
lose, right?
killed.
Killed. But they don't know that the character is going to get killed until one of the um, characters that's her enemy kind of fucks with everyone. And he says a truth, but he kind of says it in a way that sounds like a lie. So no one knows whether he's lying or not lying. And someone picks lie, everyone else picks truth, and that character is killed by one of the big columns that just smashes down on top of them.
I remember that. That was the gruesome one that I
And it was very gruesome. Yeah. So after that, I think people stopped fucking with each other. It like people puked. It was gross.
there's one where they're
Um,
like chained against the wall. I remember they had, or was it chained to the table? It might have been the one chained to the table, but I thought they were chained to the wall, but I remember the cage in the fire.
mhm.
Um, there was, I don't know. So I will admit, let me say, what is it? What would we call this trope? The
Games and trials. I would call this a
eh,
games and trials trope.
we're gonna call it games and trials. Yes. I am not a big fan of games and trials. I don't
I
like. I
love games and
like
trials.
I like games and trials when it's like a game that,
Mm,
solid game. Not when there's nine fucking games. Like
yeah.
and when I did my reread, I was like, nine? No wonder I was like, skip.
So let's talk about our female main character. Out of 5 stars, what would you rate her?
I'm gonna go three.
Okay, I'm gonna agree. I think she was written well. I just didn't like her. Like
I
I feel like this author spent a lot of time working on the psychology of her character.
But then, like, I don't know. I have more to say about Blackwell than I do her.
Okay, let's talk about Blackwell.
Whew, goodness gracious. Yeah, not what I pictured at first. I didn't think he was very appealing at first. Even though I like spooky shit. I could be into that. I could definitely maybe be into that. Probably do some voyeurism with that one. But
There was sort of voyeurism because I think they were fucking and there was like blood coming down the walls and like
That's not
ghouls
the
watching
same.
them.
My favorite part was when they were on a hunt in the like dungeon where the bricks are and all that stuff, and she like stepped on the brick and
And the acid came down.
yeah, the acid came down. All
What
right.
are you talking? Why are you winking like that? Wasn't there actual acid?
Yes, but I'm just saying yes, like yeah.
So for me, okay, when they introduced Blackwell as a phantom, my immediate first thought was, but he's not a devil. And I don't know why I thought that, but I was like, he just like immediately knocked down his sexiness. I was like, it would be better if she got together with a devil. And then at the end of the book, he's not only a devil, he's the prince of devils.
Yeah, you definitely saw that one coming. Good job. Ruined your own surprise.
For like the first half of the book, I'm like, he has to be something more than a phantom. Phantom is so lame. And then by like the halfway point, I was like, all right, well, maybe he's just a phantom and that's okay. And then at the end, he's a fucking devil. The prince of devils. His, the king, the main guy, he tells his son he's not.
There's a lot of words for that main guy. But the main guy, yeah.
The main, the head honcho down there.
Hey, Kelly, there's a lot of, do you want me to thesaurus it?
Okay,
Main guy.
And his father basically creates Phantasma as a way to punish his son for going against his rules. But he gives him an out. And the out is if he finds her again, they fall in love, and she like basically gifts him back his heart, then it is really true love and they can live happily ever after.
First off, that's a real shit way to prove true love. Second off, it was he originally got into this situation because his father banned him from seeing her, and didn't he kill her?
Yeah, so his father killed her. Her soul goes into limbo, and it's going to be reincarnated. He makes him wait like hundreds of years, but to sort of connect them, they gift his like heart in the form of a locket to her ancestors, knowing that at some point that locket is going to go through the family. When she's born, it's going to end up being hers. And then eventually, if it's true love, they'll find each other.
Okay, so there's another lore right there for you guys. Another one.
Trope
lore. Not that it's true love meant to be fated fuckmates. I couldn't think of anything better. But yes, they do a lot of that.
They're fated to find one another.
They do a lot of that. I really wish I could go into a room and someone just snap my clothes off.
Yeah, he like snaps their clothes off and snaps them back on.
Ooh,
that's my sister at the door. Okay. That is quite a skill. I mean, yeah, I feel like that's a useful skill. I would want that magic trick to be able to just take people's clothes on and off at like with a snap of their fingers.
All right, let me put notes.
When I get my genie 3 wishes, this is going to be one of them.
Touché.
Like, if you had a different storyline, a slightly different storyline with slightly different characters, which I think is what the second book basically is, Do you think you would like it better?
I'm gonna
Because I
read it.
think if there
So
was different characters in the same setting, I think I would have liked it better.
like, listen, the book, it was it might have been my first no, I really don't think it was my first paranormal, but it was not my thing. But if I were to maybe experience ghost dick in real life, it might be my thing.
Phantom Dick, because
Phantom.
he can be solid when he wants to.
See,
But
all that I just got deep throated.
But the thing, what was fun is he can be not solid when he wants to. So all of a sudden she's on top of him, and the next second later he's behind her. So that was fun.
Who else can do that? Somebody else we read can do that.
I'm sure that anyone that can winnow can do that.
Oh, okay.
Get on that, Asriel. 8 positions in 8 seconds.
No, 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 no. No. I like to feel it at least
You
once.
remember that scene where Feyre's like, stab, winnow, cut, winnow. She's like fighting the guy and like disappearing, and then punch, winnow. I think I just snorted.
Oh man. Like, seriously, I might be into ghosting.
Okay, all right. Good to know.
I mean, well,
Put it on your list.
getting choked right there. You never know. That could have been.
Why am I getting this feeling right now? It's my ghost boyfriend inside me.
My ghost. My ghost.
My ghost boyfriend.
It's not my ghost boyfriend.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Game. Pick a fucking game. Listen, we are gonna read Enchantra. Enchantra.
Yes, it just came out. So
Phantasma.
last week.
Phantasma?
This week? Enchantra.
No, it's called Phantasma.
Yes.
I'm saying it right.
Yes.
Phantasma.
Phantasma. Enchantra. Not Phantasma. Phantasma.
It is. It is what I say it is.
True enough. True.
Phantasma. Phantasma.
Overall.
Yep.
How many stars overall? Just everything.
For me, tree.
Okay. I think I
Maybe
listed it as
2.5.
4 on Goodreads, but Goodreads doesn't do half stars. I think I would have done 3.5. Like, I liked it enough to recommend it, but not enough to like be excited about recommending it or
people are so excited for Enchantra, and I'm like, but then I read the thing about it being a spicy dark romance.
yes, there's a suggestion that it might be spicier than the first one.
Genevieve
can get it.
Not Geneva, Kelly. It's not Geneva.
You're the one that said Geneva. I know how to spell Genevieve. Here's the game. How do you say all the characters' names? That's the game. I'm gonna hold up how you spell it. And you tell me how it's pronounced.
Genevieve, Phantasma.
How do you say the Prince of Devil's real name?
Oh, fuck off. I don't know. Draco Malfoy.
I'm gonna spell it. Oh my god, this is such a long word. Corbois. I am spelling this, my writing is atrocious right now, and I don't know why. Like, I think it's just the angle.
This is gonna be real fucking fun. Is reading this backwards.
Is it gonna be backwards?
It might be. No, it's not. Salmastress.
Salamastress.
Close. It's Salmastress.
Salamastress. I listened to the audiobook. I win. I listened to the audiobook.
I win. I read it word for word.
Okay.
Audiobooks are not reading. I will fight somebody on that one.
Dude, I got the information same as you.
Yeah, but I just...
And also, I think I need glasses because I've been reading so much over the last year that my eyesight has like gotten cut in half. I can't even read anymore.
Mine
I
has
need
gotten
glasses.
worse. Mine has gotten worse, but I think you mean you need hearing aids. Audio booker.
I read is my point.
But
I also enjoy audiobooks.
I don't have time for audiobooks.
I feel that way about reading. I feel like I can listen to my audiobook while I clean, while I answer emails, while I do like the things that don't involve me needing to teach.
I feel so distracted with audiobooks. Like I can't.
That's a very common thing for people to say. And it was something that I had a little bit of a hard time with too. I don't even remember how I started getting into audiobooks. But I had an Audible subscription that I wasn't using. And I was like, I need to freaking use these. I'm paying a ridiculous amount of money every year and I'm not using my credits. I'm going to use my credits this year. And that's how I started getting into audiobooks. And the first few were really like a struggle I had this pattern. It was like the first third of the book, I'd be like, I hate this audiobook author. I'm going to DNF this because this audio author sucks. And then the last 2/3, I'm like, they're the best voice actor of all time. I love this. And I did that for like my first like 8 audiobooks. I had to get over the hump. I had to get over the hump of hating the narrator. But now I have like my favorite narrators. We follow them on our Instagram account. I am obsessed with Jacob Morgan's voice.
Them, and I'm assuming that's the guy that did Josh.
Yes.
Yes.
There's also I don't know the hierarchy of voice actors, but there is one voice actor, and I might have to look him up, who has voiced Rhysand. He has voiced Kingfisher and Quicksilver, and at least one other like of our favorites. And his voice is so silky and amazing. Ugh, it's good. He is the perfect Rhysand. He is the perfect Kingfisher. He is just an incredibly talented voice actor.
I can't be better than my monologue and my monotone ass same voice every character in my head.
Okay, girl.
The same voice character. All my characters sound the same.
I'm gonna freaking find his voice, and you
missed the joke of that. I'm saying my monotone, same voice that I use for every fucking character in the book is better than like come on.
Okay, it's fun. I get what you're saying.
I don't have right. If I want to say, all right, they have a French accent. Well, they have a French accent, but they sound just like me. Like Bonjour.
Okay, what? They're like, hey, we're gonna interview the voice actor on this YouTube channel, and they don't even like say his name. Oh, Anthony Palmini. Anthony Palmini can
get it. Is that what you're gonna say?
I dream of his voice at night.
And we already know Kelly's preference of solitude and and release.
Okay.
That's why you like audiobooks.
Because I can hold my vibrator. Oh man. If I wasn't using my phone right now,
you'd be vibrating.
I would just pull up a section of Quicksilver. But here's one on YouTube, and we're gonna play it and see if it will show up on my. How do you go volume up? If it can show up on here. I don't know how much we're allowed to like play before we get like banned.
Oh yeah, because they make me do a whole copyright and shit.
All right. Well, then we're not gonna play it, but immediately go and listen.
Kelly, you could probably do it for us. Pick a line, any line in Blackwell. I'm sure you could.
You're missing the point. Everyone, go check out Anthony Palomini's voice. I'm saying.
And I'm saying that you've heard him enough that you could probably mimic him pretty.
No, I can't.
Probably.
I can't sing. I can't voice act. This annoying voice is all I got, Raven.
It's better than my nasally one. Sounds like I can't breathe.
Okay. I'm gonna also look up how many characters that he's done. So he has been in the whole ACOTAR series as Rhysand. There's one called A Deal with the Shadow King that I've never heard of, but looks good.
Well, it looks like Kelly's gonna put that on my fucking list.
Well, I'll read it first before I suggest it.
You'll listen
Ooh,
to it
you know
first.
who else he was?
Hmm.
He was Slade.
Slade. No.
In
Wait,
Yeah, he was
so
Slade.
he was King Rot.
He was King Rod and Slade in the audiobooks in
And
Guild.
and what's his name? The other one.
He, yeah,
King Rot.
yeah.
He's got 3 names.
Commander Rip.
There it is. Rip me
Yeah.
apart.
What else?
That's why she did that.
Oh, a book called Namaste and Slay, a dark romantic thriller.
Namaste and slay.
And a book called Crave. So oh gosh, no, there's 4 more pages of his books. Damn. Okay, let's see if there's anything else I recognize.
It's like Kelly's got a variety.
Now I have a new list of books I need.
Yeah, they
Audiobooks.
books.
Like I didn't even know about this book, but now I do.
New list of books that you need, Kelly.
New list of books that I need. Oh wow. So anyway, I think and I don't know nothing about the audiobook author narrator world, but I get the feeling like if you want someone to be the book boyfriend voice of your dreams, people pay extra for Anthony Palmini.
I feel like he's only in like the fantasy strong male roles. I don't feel like he would be like
Oh, almost entirely. This whole list that I'm looking at of like 60 to whatever books that he's done are all looking like fantasy sci-fi books. But I'm telling you, it works for him. Ooh, we could play a sample. Okay. What is a book? Guild Glow. Okay, we're gonna play sample and see if it'll work.
The air is full of screams.
Oh, that's at the
The
female
entire
face.
front of Vanhold Castle is an ocean shore of people washed up on the courtyard. They ebb
Oh.
and flow.
Eh.
The eyes making waves as they
I want Slade.
truths are like spices.
No, thank you. All right, come on, Rhysand. You're next. Oh, Quicksilver. Here we go.
No, there's really no need for all this.
No.
Violence.
you listen to that shit?
It was common knowledge in
Yes.
Silver City that to lie to a guardian meant death. I knew this in a first-hand, painful way that most other Zavarans did not. Almost a year ago to the day, I'd watched one of the Queen's men clad in beaten golden.
All right, that's enough. Apparently, we're not going to play Anthony Palmini.
You're like,
I
you
think
look
I'm about to give you a heart attack.
What? Small
You're going to have a
prostate?
brain aneurysm if I play anymore.
I mean, geez Louise. It definitely does sound better in my head.
Raven!
Ooh.
Okay, I'm still telling you to go listen to Anthony Palmini because none of that was